Let's talk about the Karen Civil and Joyner Lucas situation, right? I wasn't gonna speak about it simply because for some reason I don't know Karen Civil. You know what I'm saying? I want to put that disclaimer out there. I don't know Karen Civil, but I kind of get sister vibes from her. You know, I know of some of her work and some of the things she's done. Just some about. I know Jason Lee likes to says that she has this ability to pull a wool over people's eyes, and not that she's tried to with me. It's just that her brand, I guess, because I don't know her personally, but I just kind of get sister vibes from her. So when you know, in particular, these kind of things happen, I kind of try to stay away from them. When I kind of view people in a certain way until I get my own interactions with them. Some people I don't care to have interactions with, so I approach it with that level of understanding. Also with Jason Lee, I got a lot of respect for his business acumen and the way that he navigates around this space as well. You know, he's been able to put himself in a situation to become a winner. You know, and win at a game that a lot of us view as fleeting. You know, and win for a long time in the media space. He says he experiences being blackballed and things like that, and I understand all of those things, and that's why I put it on me to say, Loon. That's why I put it on me to say, Loon, you got to talk about this. You know, because Karen Civil, for those of you who don't know, she's like a publicist / marketing specialist, podcaster, brand ambassador. She kind of operates in that space. That space is a very effective space, but it's worse than any. That may be the worst space in the world to operate in regards to high risk. Because you can bump into the right person, rub shoulders with them, and your life change. Or you can bump into the wrong person, go take equity out on your house, give them that money, and then be in the same situation in 18 months and nothing happens. The tricky part about it is sometimes that depends on the fans' reaction to the product, meaning they just don't enjoy what you bring to the market. And then other times it's just simply because no one followed through with any of the things that you were promised, and you don't have the know-how or the validity to question some of the people that's been doing this for such a long time. So they look at you and say, this amount of money gets this done, and you say, well, how in the hell? And you just take it. So operating in that gray area is a very it's a very scary space, you know, for an entrepreneur. Like I'm in it right now, right? I got people from all over trying to get me to hire them for certain things. Oh man, you got it. Everything you need, you got it. All you got to do is this, and then I can get that done for you, but it's this much. I keep thinking to myself, no, man. I don't know, and I keep them around just to see, because if I see one flash in the bucket that is real, I'm gonna follow along through with it. But I can't. I done spent a lot of money in this game. I've paid for my experience. I've paid to be able to talk how I talk. Hundreds of thousands of dollars I done put in this entertainment business. A lot of that money was wasted money from a standpoint of effectiveness for the brand that the money was spent on. It was almost like college tuition. You understand me? I spent a lot of money in the entertainment business. Some results I got, others I didn't. But what I did leave there with is an understanding on how to take a test, how to retain information. You know, like if you in college, you leave there with certain tools on how to even approach problems. You understand? Because they've carved out certain techniques in your brain, and now you live with those things. And so I'm in that same position, but the issue is that it's a very scary place, you know, because Monk always tell me, whatever you do, don't let it affect your lifestyle. and I took that game and I ran with it, but I had to edit that game because at some point it may call for you to affect your lifestyle to make that second push. You know what I'm saying? But it gotta be, you gotta know the game. You gotta know what you in for. And that's the problem. Like when people tell me, yo, I could do this for you, I'll throw a company out to them. Letting them know I already really know how to do. I don't know how to do it, but I know about what area to do this in. You understand? Company wise. And they always try to discredit whatever I say. Well, now that company really can't do it. They ain't da-da-da. What they gonna do is da-da-da. It ain't gonna da-da-da, right? And I'm always peeping game, so I just soak it up. Oh, okay, yeah, for sure. But in the back of my mind, again, I'm in Bluetooth mode. I know more than I say, and I say less than I know. You see what I'm saying? And I'm always gonna be that way. But so for those of you who don't know, all of that happened. Karen Civil's history is with Lil Wayne, Nipsey Hussle, R.I.P. Nip, Young Jeezy, YG, Meek Mill, Cameron. She's worked with all these different people. Apple Beats by Dre, of course Revolt. Just certain, she's worked with everybody. And she's in them big boy companies like Apple and all that, where she can contact certain individuals and things that make certain things happen. So she's a button pusher. So to have her on your phone line is important if you are an inspiring person that may got some real level content that can get a push. And so Joyner Lucas on this particular situation came on the Clubhouse and he called her out because he says that he was at a position in his career before the Joyner Lucas now that had songs with Eminem and all these other artists. This was just a independent Joyner Lucas, not even 1 million followers, barely moving. But he had an investor. I think his investor was like an NFL star. Really believed in him far as rapping was concerned. And so when I think he said he said that the investor was $500,000 in on investing on him, just on frivolous little things, feature here, open up here. Again, you paying for the information of this game. Like none of that meant nothing. We spent $200,000 last year and then none of that even moved the needle. We was right? So you get to learn these things and therefore you should be able to operate with a lower overhead your next round. But he was $500,000-$600,000 in. The dude said, look, man, I'm about ready to check out. Like I don't have millions of dollars just to pour into this, right? So I got a little bit more left in me. We'll figure it out. So for him, Joyner Lucas went and asked someone, reputable guy that he knows, from a certain area about, man, who can I hire? Who should I get as my publicist? I need somebody to put me in some rooms. She said Karen Silver. So we'll listen to Joyner Lucas explain kind of what happened, and then we'll speak more to it.
He was like, yo, Karen's solid. That's a good way to go. I said, bet. This is around the time Nipsey did his $100 mixtape shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, Karen's the way to go. At the time, I was fucked up. I had an investor. He done already kicked up so much money. And the only thing that I had left was a little bit of bread that we had left, in which we chose to hire you. And that was a big decision on our behalf because that was all that was really left in the budget.
I'm sorry. Who am I talking to
Yeah,
right
it's
now?
Joyner.
It's Joyner?
This is Joyner.
Okay,
This
cool.
is Joyner.
Okay, cool.
That's all that was really left in the budget.
So again, this is Karen and Joyner speaking with each other for the first time in a long time. Joyner now has went off. Let's put everything in its proper perspective. Since that time, you're dealing with a Karen Silver that's not the Karen Silver you know now, the $1 million girl, right? Because I'm sure Joe Nim, she has a podcast on Joe Budden's network. I'm sure she's able to get some money out this game, right? So you're dealing with a different person. Back then, she may have been scratching and clawing. And I heard academics make a good point, and that's true. Sometimes you're paying for who I am. Like, yo, bro, you can't pay to get on this up there podcast, right? So somebody might can call a favor in, and you got to pay them for that favor they use with me. You see what I'm saying? So it's all kind of stuff like that going on. This is entrepreneur land. This ain't the go clock in, your lunch break is 9:15, your lunch is at 12 o'clock, 2:30, you need to be back on clock. You cannot take over 15 minutes of break time. You get an occurrence when you left. It ain't that. This is entrepreneur land. You eat what you kill. You figure it out. So sometimes you paying me for me using the favors I got with the people that owe me favors. How I'm gonna give you a receipt because I leveraged the favor I had that you couldn't take that same 60,000 to them and pay for. You couldn't even get in communication with them. I'm telling y'all, there's walls in this game. There's walls in this game where you can't get to the other side. You right here at the door with everything. You got your backpack, your cameras, everything all good, your numbers together. You can't get to that. Somebody else got to tag you in the game. And not from a position that they better than you, that they smarter than you. They just are on the other side and there's no information. No one sharing information. It's like a big wall. It's the independent people and not even the independent, because a lot of them are operating with industry team, but they're independent artists. That's a whole nother conversation. But there's an invisible wall there, man, where someone got to get you to the other side and get your press releases and get your Google indexed and get your SEO together, get your ad stuff together, you know, this, that, and third, you know, get all that together and make you a legitimate free agent. You know, so you're dealing with a Karen Civil back in the day now. Let's be clear on that. And a Joyner Lucas back in the day. Joyner Lucas has now went on to sell millions of records. He has songs with Eminem. He's the guy that did the song, and how I was introduced to him was on Facebook. They told their story, spent $1 million on, spent $350,000 on Facebook just to get 1 million followers. Just to have 1 million eyes on you, they spent $350,000. That don't even mean 1 million customers. Just 1 million followers, dog. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you don't have the information, you gonna break the bank to get it. It can be done, but it's gonna break the bank. Nonetheless, he was the guy that on Facebook a long time ago, there was a video that went viral, and I was like, yo, this is super dope. It was a little white boy sitting in the he was dead in the middle of the street, and somebody was rapping like the story of what happened to him and how he this and that. I was like, yo, that was dope. And that ended up being Joyner Lucas. You see? And so let's hear a little more what they talking about.
That time, that was 2015. You keep saying it was 7 years ago, but that was a big time in my life. My son was about to be just born. My back was against the wall. I had an investor who kicked up hundreds and thousands of dollars, you know, on behalf of me. And at this time, you know, hiring you was like our last ditch effort to really do something. And I really believed in the name Karen Civil. And, you know, just reading the publications and talking to Sky Zoo co-signing like a motherfucker. Yo, that's my girl. Yeah, yo, Karen's the real deal. Yeah, that's my homie. And I kept telling Sky, like, yo, you sure? You sure this is your girl? Like, you sure you trust? He was like, yo, you're not even gonna have a problem. Trust me. I said, all right, bet. So we reached out to you, and you had put together a little memo. We talked about it. You agreed to do it. That included blog placements for song releases, delivery of digital short creation stories, facilitating interviews with media publications, building fan engagement, articulated social content capture and red carpet event opportunities, iTunes, beat music productions, radio interviews, acquiring booking agents, show openings, all that shit, right? And
basically brand building. Again, I keep telling y'all, people have to look at your brand as a certain thing. That's why it was important that what Big Bank said to Birdman, like, yo, it means something for you to come stamp this, bro. It means something. And that's why I tell y'all it meant something for Bank to post me and say, yo, bro, you inspire us. You understand? It means something to the game. It means something to me. It's a certain cosign. It's like, yo, that's dope. But we got to do that to each other when we in that brand building process to legitimize these things in the fans' mind. You know, we always fighting a different fight. Like, you got to listen to what I'm telling you and understand that I understand. Because you need to be in communication with some people that's in communication with some people. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how this game works.
At the time, that was everything. It was like, word, finally somebody that's gonna help us, because I ain't know nobody that can help us. I'm from motherfucking Worcester, Massachusetts, and I'm out here in Boston. Ain't nothing, you know what I'm saying? I don't know the first thing to fucking do to get on. So I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying, align myself with somebody that's already in the game doing it. This person gonna take me under their wing. So you name your price. Your price was 60K, whatever the fuck it was. It was like, bet, let's pay that. Told my investor, let's pay that. This motherfucker said, you sure? You sure you want to pay this woman? I said, Skazoo say you know her. Let's pay her. Mind you, like I said, my son about to be born. So I said, fuck it, let's go. We paid you. I remember going to the bank. We went with Skazoo. I walked in to the bank with the nigga. I'm involved in the whole fucking process. I'm watching the whole shit go down.